This is Alan Ball.
Hi, this is Audrey Fisher.
This is Jim Perry.
Hi, this is Kristen Bauer.
Hi, this is Alexander Skarsgård.
This is Nelson Ellis.
Hi, this is Johnny Neal.
This is Rael Tucker.
Hi, this is Lindsay Pulsifer.
Hi, this is Ryan Quanton from True Blood. Hello, this is Theo Alexander.
Hey, this is Lauren Bowles.
Hi, this is David Tishman.
This is Chase Everett.
Hello, this is Janina Gavankar.
This is James Frayne.
Hi, this is Courtney Ford, and you're listening to True Blood Radio.
This is Liz. This is Mel. Welcome to True-Blood.net podcast number 143. We're here at Comic-Con, and we want to bring you all the latest news from the Comic-Con panel, and we're going to get right to it.
That's right. We don't have an episode discussion this week because we are recording on Sunday afternoon. We haven't actually watched the episode yet, but we wanted to get this out as soon as possible to give you all the scoop around the Comic-Con. So we'll try to cover both episodes next time. First, we have the swag. We'll do panels in a minute, but we wanted to show you the awesome swag. If you were in the True Blood panel, you got swag, another of these bags, and inside the bag is a new notebook. Ooh, stuff. That, and book 4 with the new cover. We approve. And a new t-shirt. Girl hair. So that is this year's True Blood Comic-Con swag, and you know we'll be giving this away soon, so keep an eye on True-Blood.net for that.
We've got a lot to give away this time. We came home with tons of stuff. We were able to stop by the Tarte people, their booth, and they did a makeover on Mel and I. Whoever she is.
Liz. I know.
On this one over here.
Tired.
Yeah. Been a long week. But I'm actually wearing the True Blood makeup from Tarte. And so
we got our eyes done up, yeah. I think we both did the same one today. We did the Luminous Fairy. Ooh, it's a really nice daytime look.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of subtle. This makeup is, it's awesome. It stays on through all the sweat and the heat and the fatigue, and it feels good. And for contact lens wearers, I'm wearing contact lenses right now, it is extremely, extremely comfortable. So this stuff is good stuff.
Yeah, same here. We had it done yesterday afternoon at about 1:30, and we got back and took it off midnight-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've been going solid. We were in press rooms, we were in panels, we were at parties, and it looked fantastic. Yeah. And it didn't, I'm a contact lens wearer myself, and it did not bother me at all. So.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's great quality stuff. The kid
is it cool?
Is the cutest thing. I think Pam would approve. I think so. I think this is
Speaking of Pam, we met Kristen Bauer at the Wired Lounge right after our makeover, so thank God we were looking hot. Right. Yes, she was in a rush, so we didn't have time to get a photo, but oh my gosh, she is so beautiful in person. Yeah. Beautiful.
She's gorgeous. And so friendly and so warm. Her warmth just radiates from her and comes right out at you.
And I think she's about 7 foot tall.
Yeah, I don't know. She's pretty tall.
Very tall.
She's taller than me.
Everybody's taller than Liz.
I think Peter Dinklage was taller. Anyway, here's the colors. There's, what is there? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 colors? I think there's 18.
Yeah. Oh gosh, this is even embossed. I didn't know
yeah.
That. Fancy on the inside.
Yeah. True Blood colors, anything from light to dark, glamorous to a little lighter wear, like what we're wearing right now. We did go heavier yesterday. And
it comes with this handy dandy little overlay that has the names of all of it, with things like the light, telepath, the true death, immortal, bee, legend, moss, bayou, nocturnal. Yeah, it's all True Blood themed. It's so cool. And of course there's a built-in
you can probably guess which one is the true death. So, and then you've got this handy dandy drawer at the bottom, which has the eyeliner, which is actually gel based.
So good. I can't do eyeliner, but that stuff was.
It just glides on. It's just the best thing ever. And then there's your primer for your eyelids and your mascara. Just awesome. And you know, this is good travel size too.
Yeah,
so. You know, you guys want to travel, you got all your makeup right here. Except for the blush, which comes like this. And is also awesome. And it's very sparkly. Very red, very, very sparkly. I'm thinking nightwear.
I don't know, you overlap and blend.
A little during the day maybe, especially in the summertime because of the sparkle. It gives you that extra shine.
Wait a minute, these vampires don't sparkle?
With this you will.
Okay. It's supposed to be Twilight.
And the lipstick.
It's red.
Good tea.
True-Blood red. True red, is that what they called it?
Yes.
I don't know. They put a little bit on the lip surgence. Yeah. It's good stuff.
So there you have it. It's just awesome stuff. I love the little manual that they give with you. It's a how-to on how to get the look.
On the smoky eye, yeah. So you can do the Vampy Vixen with the darker. They put Not Your Average Waitress on me, which looked amazing. I have green eyes, that looked fantastic. Vamp Glam on Liz with hazel eyes, and that looked really good. So, and then the Luminous Fairy for daytime. So, yeah, the instructions are all on there. So, kudos to Tarte for coming up with this, and
Yeah, and
I love it.
I don't know if we're going to do a giveaway. We might.
Not of ours.
No one's
going to give
ours.
us. We're keeping that.
Yeah.
But we might have something in the works for you.
We may. So
yeah.
Stay tuned.
And then over at the HBO IDW publishing booth was the new poster. Actually, you know, the 3 Show You True Colors posters that came out before the season started, they put them in this really cool triptych. So you have everybody on there. And we picked up 2 of these. I believe they were selling them for the signing that was on Friday, which we couldn't get to. We had conflicts for that. So we picked up a couple of these. They're not signed, but we will be giving them away. And they put them in these really sturdy plastic covers too. And there's even a hanger on the back.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, HBO does it right.
And they do everything in good quality.
Yeah.
So, and these things, when we went in the elevators going up to the Wired Lounge, they were all over. You know, all 3 sides were 1 each.
Yeah.
And the elevator was really cool.
Why didn't we take a picture?
I don't know.
We just met Kristen.
Janina did.
That's right. Janina Gavankar was on Twitter at Gina, and she was everywhere this weekend. She was covering everything. She's funny too. If you want, Liz tried stalking her, but she got mixed up.
I tried. I was this close to catching up with her.
It was like a Where's Waldo. Yeah. So anyway, so keep your eyes peeled for a giveaway of the True Blood Triptych Comic-Con poster.
Also, yes, indeed. This is the one signed by Michael, yeah.
No, I'm keeping that one. It says to Mel.
You can't have the one signed by Michael because he signed it to us.
Yes.
But we did pick up some of the latest comic that came out, sitting around at Comic-Con. We're going to give that away too. We may, I don't know, we may merge it with something else.
I don't know, maybe.
You never know. You know, we're girls, we change our minds.
It is a Comic-Con exclusive cover.
That's cool.
So, yeah, and story by the one and only Michael McMillian, a.k.a. Reverend Steve Newman.
Is there Eric in here? Big size like that? That's the hottest Bill I've ever seen.
Let me see. I didn't even look.
Look at Bill. Whoa!
Dude,
look at Bill. Oh, God.
That's not bad at all.
I mean, the real Bill is pretty hot.
Well, yeah, he is.
Jeez, you know.
I'm just a little disturbed by what's going on in the panel opposite that.
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know.
It's kind of scary.
Yeah.
These things.
So after we stopped by and got our makeovers, we actually went in and interviewed people from the Vampire Diaries for NiceGirlsTV.com. And then we went back over to the IDW booth where we met Val, who is the owner of V-Moda, which does the True Blood headphones. Now, I'm not an audiophile. I didn't really believe people when they said that headphones were different quality. But these, holy crap, you guys, these are amazing. The sound quality on these, we tried the over-the-ear ones, and it's crazy good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the design is sick. I mean, they paid attention to detail. So the over-the-ear ones have, no, there's not a picture on here. They have different metal plates that you can put on. Actually, even without the metal plate, there's bite marks in one of the ears. One of them. I mean, really.
They thought of everything.
I know. Then you can do these different metal plates. I think there's a gray one and there's a red one to kind of match your style. And then the headband part is made of rubber. So it's like you could twist it like 10 million times and it won't crack, which is what I would need. And they tested it to military standards, so you can drop it, I think he said like 70 times on a steel plate and it won't break. And so it's like they knew it was coming. And then they also have the earbuds, the Revamp, which is the earbuds, and they gave us each a set of those. Oops, I didn't open the package. My bad. Okay, so here they are. And they've got the we'll have to put up a graphic of this maybe. But they have the Japanese symbol for True Blood on the earbuds themselves, and then the volume control is a silver bullet. Which that was getting quite a kick out of that. He's telling us all about that.
Oh, and he showed us the case, the carrying case for the headphones.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a zip around. It's a hard case, and it zips closed, and on the zipper it's hanging a vial of blood. So, ooh.
A little bottle of E.
Yeah, but really, your own personal bottle of E.
So you can stay up all night.
Yeah. It's really, really cool.
Yeah, they've thought of everything. But, I mean, it's incredible sound quality, and then just the attention to detail for True Blood fans is amazing, too. So we will be doing a giveaway with V-Moda in the near future. So, again, keep your eyes on True-Blood.net for that. And I guess we should mention that we have a current giveaway. Not to overshadow that one. We have some cool True Blood-inspired pendants that we're giving away on the site, made by Mithril Jewelry. Black Mithril? Black Mithril Jewelry. And you can register for that under contests at True-Blood.net.
They're cool, too. Then, we're walking along, and they were passing out these handy-dandy things and wanted us to take a gander at who this was in this photo. I guessed it right away, of course.
Well, that's because someone told you.
Shh.
Oh, she guessed it right away.
So, I don't know if you could see it. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it from here.
I don't know. Can you tell who that is? It's somebody's early headshot, I think.
Yes.
I don't know how they got on that, but Snackle.com, SNAKKLE, is doing some True Blood stuff, and they're using this to promote it. But it is someone from True Blood. Yep.
It's Bubba.
I think they should have... It's Bubba! I totally could be, couldn't it?
Right? That's what I'm saying.
It does look like, what's his name? Oh.
Yeah, he shall not be named.
Yeah, so we'll give you the answer at the end of the podcast if you haven't figured it out already. And now let's talk about some panels.
Yeah. Yeah, it was awesome and loud.
Very loud.
Very loud. We had a clip first, which I think we'll talk about later because it was kind of spoilery.
Yeah, just a smidge.
And we don't want to spoil you.
We are going to do a spoiler alert here, though, because obviously they're talking about what's coming up in Season 4. So as we're discussing the panels, things may slip.
And Season 5.
That's right. Yeah, Alan is obviously confident about Season 5.
Yeah. So still unofficially announced by HBO, but I think it's pretty safe to start talking.
I would think so.
About Season 5, if Alan's talking about it. So we've got a couple of little minor spoilers for Season 5, which is really cool. But it was a large panel. The only ones missing were Joe Manganiello, who was busy. He's filming something else right now. And, of course, Sam Trammell is home on baby watch. I don't know. I haven't heard that that's happened.
Haven't yet.
I don't think the twins have been born
any day.
Yeah. So he's kind of sticking close to home right now, which we can understand. And Marshall Allman wasn't there, no Tommy. And Chris Bauer wasn't there. And Carrie Preston was not there.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I did not see her redhead this time.
No Carrie. And no Hoyt.
Yeah.
No Jim Herrick.
It was still a full panel. The Skarsgård showed.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of screaming for Alex. And I think Nelson might have eclipsed him, though. Lafayette got a lot of screaming.
Yeah.
And cheering. So
I think so.
Which is always very sweet to see. And get such a wonderful response.
So they put Kristen Bauer and Alexander Skarsgård next to each other on the
Which
panel.
is genius.
It was perfect. I mean, these two, if they didn't act like, father and daughter, or at least brother and sister.
Yeah, I was going to say my brother and sister.
They were hilarious. So that was really pretty cool. And, of course, Regina Wesley, looking awesome.
Yes.
And Anna and Stephen, of course, they always come out last, and they always sit right next to Alan. So you got the Troiko leading it off. And the beautiful, gorgeous, handsome Kevin Alejandro. Love him. I'm glad he was there.
Yeah.
And, of course, Nelson. And I think that...
Deborah Ann Wool.
Deborah Ann Wool was there. And I think that's about it for the panel. So it wasn't as large as Paley.
Yeah, which is good because then there's more time to talk. Each of them has a little more time to talk when there aren't quite as many. But, and that's such an enormous cast anyway. So
So the moderators started off by asking the individual questions to each cast member, and I was impressed with how short he kept it.
He did a good job. It was
Yeah.
Tim Stack from Entertainment Weekly, and he kept things moving along so that we could get to the fan questions pretty quickly. And there were some good fan questions, too.
Yeah, there's some really good ones.
I have to say, there was one, Skarsgård was in a very playful mood, and Kristen was getting a huge kick out of it. And there was one fan who came up and she was videotaping it because she wanted Alex on tape, because she said something like, "I just love you."
Mm-hmm.
You know, as a person, I love you personally. And, you know, we're like, oh no, here we go. But he, bless his heart, he's like, well, I really like you, but I don't feel that I'm ready to, you know, it's baby steps. So, but it has potential. She was just, it was hilarious. And Kristen about fell out of her chair. She was laughing so hard. Because he just kept going with it. Yeah, he was in fine form with that. And then there was another question where a guy comes up and asks Alan if they're ever going to cast waitresses for Merlots that stick around, you know, some eye candy for the guys. And Anna's like, and Alan's like, you got Anna Paquin. She takes her clothes off all the time. But he said, we may see some new waitresses at Merlots. So.
This is the same guy that when he got up there, he thanked the cast and crew for how wonderful his married life has become since True Blood started.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take it for what
Greedy.
it's worth.
Greedy. I mean, how many hot waitresses do you need? Go to Hooters.
Right. Or the Tilted Kilt, which is even worse.
Oh, it is. Yeah, they have one here. Anyway, we're trying not to go on bunny trails. Yeah, trying to get this done.
So panel, what are some of the other questions that, something about Anna with, you know, the two sides of Sookie that we've seen. You know, we've seen in the first few episodes, we saw the down-home waitress, very, you know, kind of innocent and
A little bit naive, yeah. Still.
Yeah, she kind of is. And then,
First 2 seasons, you mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
And then how she is now, you know, she's been through quite a lot, and you know, Anna said that she's really still that Sookie.
She is, but she just has a lot of experience now, and you know, yeah, she's been through a lot. A lot. I think Alan finally answered definitively that the first 3 seasons of True Blood took place over about 6 weeks. So that's a lot to have happen in 6 weeks, and then to lose a year of your life. I mean, my goodness.
Yeah.
It's a wonder they're not all in padded cells somewhere. Yeah, so they also asked some questions like, why isn't she using her telepathy? Why isn't she reading minds? And they have touched on that a little bit, especially in episode 2, where they had Arlene saying, don't read my mind, and, you know, but can you read the baby? And Anna, Sookie said something like, hey, you know, if I don't have to, basically. So they haven't really had a need for it yet. Oh, wait, there was an interesting question about Claudine. Why did you kill Claudine off so quickly?
Yeah.
And Alan says, well, those of you who read the books know that fairies are born in litters, which is funny, and are identical. Which, and then, you know, the crowd's like, ah! He's like, well, I don't know, it's not even actually an answer, so...
And he kind of laughed.
Yeah.
So you kind of left wondering, did he just, you know...
Did he just spoil something?
Or did he just pull our leg a little bit and just have a little fun?
Yeah.
It's hard to tell. I got all excited. I started writing it down until I heard him laugh, and I'm like, what?
Alan! Why are you going to be like that?
Got me again.
Yeah. So I don't know if that means that we will be seeing Lara Pulver again as Claudette, or Claudine will be... I don't
Or
know.
maybe he was referencing Claude. I don't know. He
Claude
didn't say.
is not identical to...
Yeah, he's not. I don't know. I don't know what he meant, but that was interesting. That was interesting.
Yeah, so somebody asked about this creepy baby.
Yes.
Or is baby Mikey evil?
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, and somebody from the crowd yelled out, "Kill that baby!" To which Alan sat back and went,
Yeah. And
"Wow."
He said up into the audience, "You guys think the baby's evil?" And the audience is like, "Yeah." He goes, "You guys are sick."
So, who's the sicker of the two?
Well,
I think it's
he's the one that
us.
makes us think that the baby's evil.
He starts it all.
Yeah. He did reveal that we will be seeing, what did he call them? Beings without bodies or something like that? Creatures without, spirits without bodies?
Yeah.
If you want to call them ghosts, you can. I don't really know how to take that.
I don't know what else to call them.
I don't either. And then he was referring to season 5 and saying that we would be seeing additional supernatural creatures in season 5, but
Yeah,
I
definitely
don't know
season 5.
what's left. Gargoyles, demons.
Yeah, demons. He did mention the creepy doll and said that we are going to find out that there is something about that doll. So just hang tight for those of you who are like, I don't get the idea about the doll. I don't either. But it's creepy and it's there for a reason and we're going to find out. So, yeah.
Right on.
What else?
See, we had Rutina is very glad. They were asking what's your favorite scene from the season, and Rutina said the cage fighting. She really liked that Tara got to do that and the way that was all filmed.
Mm-hmm.
Alex's was being in the water, swimming in the lake,
sunlight.
and that got a lot of cheers. To which somebody then, I think the moderator followed up and asked Anna about filming that scene with Alex and Joe. And she says, you know, Anna is feisty.
Mm-hmm.
We say that pretty much every time we talk about her, every time we've seen her in person. It's because it's true. She's feisty. And she says, you know, I'm 5'4" and 3/4, and Joe is about a foot taller. So if he's naked and I turn around, ... everybody starts laughing. And she says, let's just say there's a lot of neck craning going on.
But she was actually, that whole scene, you know, she's standing here, little Anna Paquin, in between these, you know, two giant guys, and they're naked.
Mm-hmm.
And the most disturbing thing about that scene was the dog, the wolf.
Yes.
Anna Paquin apparently is
Terrified.
petrified of big dogs.
Mm-hmm.
So
here we work with all the wolves.
Right, so she's got to walk with this thing
Uh-huh.
next to her.
And have this whole dialogue. Except one, monologue, really. But
So, how many of you out there knew that she was terrified during that scene? I'm sorry, I couldn't tell. She did a fantastic job. But I was shocked when she said that she was actually just afraid of dogs, big dogs. I mean,
yeah.
That was the most distracting thing for her, the most difficult thing for her. So, but everything else was pretty funny.
Yeah, she kept it together well.
Yeah.
Good job.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if she got that done in one take, just out of sheer desperation.
I don't know. I could just. Oh, yeah, and the wolf just wouldn't cooperate.
Yeah. Didn't she say that it was like super friendly and
Kept rubbing on her.
yeah, and it's rubbing on the trees because the other dogs are like,
Rubbing on her and peeing on the trees.
That's what it was.
And that never made its mark.
Must have been a man. Male wolf. Male dog.
Well, I'll see, you know.
Well, yeah, that's true.
It was his wolf.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
It is. I think it is the male wolf.
Yeah. Thunder.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Stephen didn't really get much, did he?
No, he didn't really get a lot of questions and didn't really talk much.
Mm-mm. I think he was just enjoying the crowd's reaction to everything.
I think so too, and
chuckling a lot.
they all did. Pam talked about the scene that we just saw, where the witches curse her and her skin starts to decay, and she talked about that just having to be made up for that, and the makeup that stuff, that goop that they put on her was made up of coffee grounds and pudding, tapioca pudding. And yeah, and then
I can't believe you drank coffee the next day. That grossed me out.
And what'd you say about the direction? It was the easiest directing she ever saw.
It was just go out there and stick your finger in the hole
and push up.
And she's like, only on that show would it mean that. Only on True-Blood would that mean
really,
that.
literally, stick your finger in the hole and push up.
Ugh, gross. Right. So gross.
So, but she talked about it, you know, when we all, because the whole crowd went, ew. And she's like, right? She loves that. She loves doing that, making the, making
us go, ew.
Yeah. She loves the squeamish.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and they're really good at that.
Yeah. She's very good at that.
Yeah, there were a lot of props given to the crew, who, of course, weren't there for what they do to make the show so realistic. considering the fantastic element of it.
Yeah.
So
Lafayette.
there was a really intelligent question asked of Nelson about the first year that they were there, which was 2008, before the show had actually premiered. A fan had been there at the panel, and she said that she noticed that at that first panel, he was kind of slumped down and had his cap pulled down over his eyes and was really withdrawn. And then at this panel, he's sitting up and he's got his cap back and he's really engaged. And she wondered if that had to do with concerns about how Lafayette was going to be received, especially, by fans everywhere, but especially down south, because of, just the kind of character that he is. And Nelson said, yeah, that's exactly it. He did not know, number one, he's not gay, so he was really nervous about playing a gay character and getting it right, not being offensive to homosexuals, but not playing it over the top, just being really respectful of that. And then also just the fact that he's a good old boy who's, in a good old boy culture, and he's a gay character. And he's just been really, I think, very blessed with the reception that Lafayette's received. Yeah. So that was
his first Comic-Con.
Yeah,
he was
nervous.
They were all overwhelmed. Because, even then, the first Comic-Con that they were at, there was a good size crowd, and their enthusiasm was felt by all of them. They were pretty shocked.
Yeah.
So,
Someone asked him who he thought Lafayette would choose to date, Bill, Eric, or Alcide.
Yeah, if not Jesus.
And Kevin's right next to me. Is like, And Nelson said, I'm pretty happy with the squeeze I've got, and Kevin's like, that's all right. And then Nelson texts on, or all four. That's a true Lafayette.
We can agree. We prove that.
Yeah, it's a man buffet.
Yeah, a man buffet. Oh, yes. For Jessica, there
really wasn't much, was there?
Not really. They were each asked their favorite scene that has been shot so far.
First was throwing eggs at Jim.
Right.
That was a funny scene.
Yeah, she said they had a lot of fun with that. Skarsgård, of course, we know. Pam's. What was Pam? What was Kristen's favorite?
I think she said it was one that we haven't seen yet. That I think is coming up in this week's episode. Is that right? Was it an episode in season 5? Or in episode 5?
I know that they were talking about, I forget what it was they were talking about, but she said that there's a line that Pam says.
Episode 11. Her favorite line is in episode 11.
Favorite line.
Something to do with the sundress.
Yeah. And then, she looked, I guess, didn't Nelson say,
Oh, that was at the TV Guide panel. Yes, the TV Guide fan favorites. Yes, someone asked her that. That was the night before. That's okay. It was on the outline to talk about first, and I just totally skipped it. Yes, Kristen Bauer and Nelson Ellis were on a panel on Thursday night, the TV Guide fan favorites panel, and someone asked Kristen then, I think they asked everybody what their favorite lines were, and she said it was from episode 11, and she said it's so wrong, it's the wrongest thing I've ever heard on TV, and Nelson's like, yeah, he's busting up beside her.
Completely wrong.
It's so wrong. But he knew exactly what she was talking about, and he was laughing so hard.
Episode 11, so we'll look out for that in live chat.
Something to do with the sundress.
Yeah. Alan Ball said that his favorite scene, oddly enough, was the gang rape of Jason. To which Ryan Quanten said, "Yeah, I'll take that."
Oh yeah, we didn't mention that Ryan was there.
Ryan Quanten was there.
He was all over the place this weekend. He had
was.
True-Blood remote, Knights of Badassdom, and Grip the Invisible. And we were actually supposed to go to an event for Grip the Invisible, but something ran over and we didn't get to it. So sorry, Ryan. We really wanted to be there for you. Knights of Badassdom, though, they screened parts of it and did a panel in Hall H, which is the biggest venue at Comic-Con. It holds about 6,000 people, and it went over really well. We had a correspondent in there, and she said it went over really well, and she's really excited now. She really wants to see it. But she said that the panel, which would be Ryan Quanten, Peter Dinklage, Summer Glau, and I knew I was going to forget that fourth person. I should have written it down. She said they were basically giving away all the spoilers for the whole movie. So, but she still wanted to see it, so that's good. She said Ryan's just adorable. Yeah. Yes. Add him to the man buffet. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he was there, and he was talking a little bit about Jason's evolution this season, that he really didn't have anywhere to go but up, and that the ritualistic gang rape of Jason was a difficult to play, because what did he say when he saw that he was going to be tied to a bed
For like 3 days.
Yeah, he thought it was just going to be like a couple of hours.
Yeah.
And the scene just kept going on and on and on. Yeah. And
he said it was a challenge because you can't move. There's not the acting involved is going to be here, and in your voice, your line delivery and things. So he said that was kind of a challenge for him, and he had watched. Well, it had been done when Anna Paquin was in the hospital, and she laid there, and he was thinking then. Yeah, and he's like, God, what do? You're just laying there, But so that was kind of a challenge for him.
I think he liked the challenge, though. He likes to stretch his acting muscles, so I think that was good for him.
Yeah. What else was covered?
You know what? It's kind of this big blur in my head of, look, there's everybody from True Blood, and they're talking, and now I don't know what they said.
Yeah. You were tweeting through the whole thing.
Yeah, that's right. I was tweeting, but there were several references to season 5. There was something in particular that they said, Pam's backstory, definitely going to happen in season 5. When Eric made Pam.
Yeah.
We are definitely going to see that in season 5.
And Skarsgård and Kristen were really excited. They've been wanting something like that.
Actually, Kristen was like, yay, and Alex was like, eh.
No, a fan asked, what if it were Pam that had her memories wiped?
Oh, right.
And Eric had to take care of her.
Yes.
Would he do?
That's what it was.
What kind of a job would he do? And, he kind of...
And Kristen said, I'd like to think he'd do anything for her, that Eric would do anything for Pam. And
that's when
Alex
he
goes, eh.
He might not.
He's like the little brother. He's big.
He is.
And then she was horrified, and he's like, no, we already saw last year that he would have died for her to get her away from the magistrate who was torturing her. So yeah, he'll do anything for Pam.
He talked a lot about the special relationship between Eric and Pam, and how it really is a precious thing. The way he described it, I'm not using his exact words, but their relationship, he considers it a very special and precious thing between the two of them. And I think that's how they treat it on the show.
It's really sweet to see the two of them together. I don't know if sweet's the right word. It's very, I don't know, eye-opening is the right word either anyway. It's just cool. How about that? Good generic cool.
Yeah.
It's cool to see the two of them together because they have shorthand. They get along so well together. They're just so easy with each other and familiar and genuinely like each other. Everybody up there, I mean, you get no tension from anybody. So someone did ask about the shower scene, if we were going to see the infamous shower scene. And Alan said that in an upcoming episode soon, we will see Eric and Suki in the shower, but will not be exactly what was in the books. It will be weirder and dirtier. And that's a direct quote. I don't know what to think about that. I don't know. Weirder and dirtier.
Well, I mean, if you take it literally.
Yeah.
We could take it literally.
Yeah, we could, and I just don't want to. I don't want to try to imagine. I just want to see what it is because I just want to know. I don't want to think of other things it could have been. I just want to know what it is.
Yeah. But there is going to be a shower scene.
For sure.
In fact, the way he worded it kind of makes you wonder, well, they'll be in a shower on the show. But, did he say together? Did he actually
you'll see Eric and Suki in the shower.
Yeah. Well,
okay, are we parsing
at the same time
now?
At the same time?
We need assurances. I don't think until it airs, I don't think anyone's going to believe that it's going to happen until it's actually on screen.
That's right. May happen, may not. No, it will happen, but we don't know how. Alan answered that a lot of ways, though. A lot of questions like that. Well, maybe yes, maybe no.
Or he would just say yes.
Yeah.
And not elaborate, or say no and not elaborate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Typical Alan Ball.
Yes, indeed.
Season 5, he talked about, somebody asked if there was going to be a Hooters.
Oh,
Hooligans.
Hooligans, right.
Hooters, something.
Well, that's a reference back. You're still with us, you know what that's about.
Yes. Hooligans. So, and I didn't know where that came from.
It's called Strip Club.
It's been a while since I read books.
Okay. Was it just in book 11?
It's been a while since I read books. I have read a lot of books between that one and
that's true.
I read a ton of books.
No, Hooligans is Claude's Strip Club. So they were asking if we were going to see that. I think it was kind of a roundabout way of saying, can we see more naked men on the show? And Alan's, I mean, how many more do you want, people? But Alan said that, yeah, there will be a business venture in which people get paid to take off their clothes. He was being so roundabout with that. And that it will be in season 5, probably, and that it will be more than it appears, of course. So, I don't know what to make of that.
I don't either.
Just more naked people, I guess.
Yeah, that's True Blood.
Yeah.
Naked. I can't think of anything else.
The whole panel is up on HBO.com, and I guess we also have it at True-Blood.net, so if you wanted to take a look, you certainly could and see the whole thing.
Yes.
Screams and hollers and catcalls and all. And Alex raising his eyebrow at people.
Yeah.
Which caused more screams and cheers and catcalls. So.
Janina Gavankar was tweeting through the panel, and she, there's one shot, you'll see in our photo gallery, you'll see quite a few pictures of Skarsgård kind of looking like this. And she tweeted, Skarsgård, all he has to do is squint, and the crowd would just go nuts.
Which he kept doing,
Yeah.
just for that, to make that happen. It was pretty funny.
Yeah. He likes to roll.
He was
the crowd.
playing, yeah.
He likes
was
to roll
playing
with
with
them.
them.
It was fun.
Well, with us, I guess. We were there. We weren't in some little bubble. I was just getting a kick out of that. I was trying to tweet and watch and listen all at the same time, so I missed some of those subtleties. But going back and watching the panel online later, it's like, yeah, that's why that screen happened. That's right, I forgot about that. So
Those are pretty much the highlights.
I think so. Yeah, we've got full report and hundreds of photos, exclusives from our photographer at True-Blood.net. So you can stop by and check that out. We've also got photos from the different parties. They went to the Entertainment Weekly party. We've got some really great ones of Kristen and Alex in the Wired Lounge. We were in the Vampire Diaries press room when Alex showed up, or we would have gotten to say hi to him too. And then there were, it didn't look like Stephen and Anna really went to anything else. They might have had to get back, but there's some of Nelson and Deborah and Wall and Kevin Alejandro and Kristen and Skarsgård. And we'll be adding more as they come in.
Yeah.
And of course, lots of interviews with different outlets.
And more videos.
And more videos.
Listening to us.
That's right. So I think that's a wrap on...
I think that's it. Have you figured out who this is yet?
It's Bill Compton.
Yep.
That's an early headshot of
Stephen Moyer.
Yep.
And he looks like James Dean.
He really does. Or Elvis.
No, Bubba.
An early Bubba. Bubba, circa 1945. Oh, that's funny though.
There you go. You don't get any prize yet if you got it right. We're just
bragging rights.
Yeah. I guessed it. You didn't.
So shall we throw it to spoilers? Talk about the preview?
Let's.
Okay. So we have the preview video on True-Blood.net that HBO showed before the panel, the sizzle reel, showing us, oh my lord, a ton of stuff coming up. My mind is blown just thinking about everything that's going to happen.
It's just going to get better and better. We've only seen 4 episodes. Well, tonight will be 5, but by the time you see the podcast, it'll be 5, and that's just the beginning still of this. Well, we're coming up to the halfway mark.
Yeah, getting
Coming up to
close.
the halfway mark. But the rest of the season is just epic. I can use the word epic.
I think
so much great stuff is going on. There's a shot of Sookie literally shooting somebody across a few feet away with her
microwave fingers.
Yeah, and she did it on purpose. It's like it almost looked like
controlled it.
Yeah.
Oh, that was something that somebody asked Alan was, now that Claudine's dead, or maybe she asked Anna, now that Claudine's dead, will Sookie lose or gain her powers? And I think Anna answered that and kind of tried to be roundabout in her answer, tried to be vague since Alan was sitting right there looking at her. But reading between the lines and having seen that preview, I think she gains power and how to control it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's gonna be pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
There's some pretty hot, steamy scenes between Eric and Sookie that we saw. Yeah. We saw Bill coming in, looking pretty angry. They set him up to make it look like he actually came in on Sookie.
I think he does.
And Eric, so.
I think he actually does. And then he gets mad at her. I mean, there's a scene where he's upset with her. And I'm thinking, how many did you blink in the meantime? We've seen 2 at least. And she can't even kiss another guy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But we also saw a scene of her on the ground holding her stomach with blood spreading.
And this is all in a cemetery.
Yeah.
Everything bad happens to her in a cemetery. She shouldn't go in a cemetery.
Well, there's one right by her house.
She shouldn't go in a cemetery. She gets hurt there.
Yeah.
Or kills people there.
It looks like there's some steamy stuff coming up for Jessica and Jason, as we suspected.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Jessica. Somebody asked Jessica about what's going to happen. Are we going to see the results, or did something happen with Jason because Jessica fed Jason her blood? And she said, what did she say? She said that there are effects. There are some effects that are going to be some side effects that are going to come into play as a result of that. But we don't know yet if that's going to affect if he's going to change into a werepanther or not. We still don't know, but it could be the catalyst for the relationship that goes on between them.
Yeah.
I'm sure it is.
Could be.
So, what else went on in that? Gosh, so much, and it went by so quick.
Oh, the house burning down.
The house. Oh,
which we had seen paparazzi photos of previously. Yeah, Terry and Arlene's house burning down, and it looks like, I mean, the way it's cut, at least in the preview, it looks like the witches burned it down, and that the baby is somehow involved, that Mikey is somehow involved.
Yeah.
I don't know. So is Mikey connected with the witches?
Somebody's running back into the burning house.
Mm-hmm.
So for something.
Doll, that's what it's for.
Yeah, I don't know.
Save that doll.
We get shots of a very, very powerful Marnie.
Very, yes.
Very scary. Marnie is going to just gain power.
Mm-hmm. I wish Fiona Shaw had been there. Wouldn't that have been amazing?
Oh, that would have been cool. And I think they showed a little bit more of this woman that we don't know for sure who she is yet, but we think is
Antonia.
Yeah. Yeah. They showed more of her in this clip. Mm-hmm. So we may get even more of her story. So.
I hope so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I do too.
We got some flashback. That's right, in the clip.
What else?
I know there was some Sam and Tommy and Luna stuff with with Marcus, but I can't remember exactly what it was.
Yes. Yeah, Marcus and Sam, I think there's a confrontation. Mm-hmm. I don't remember what was being said, but Marcus wasn't happy, and I think he even growled.
Yeah, Marcus, I think we'll probably find out in tonight's episode, in episode 5, I think is when Marcus shows up, based on the preview from last week. Marcus was Raoul. He is the Shreveport Packmaster, and he is Luna's ex, and Emily's father. So that's going to be quite the collision of storylines as that starts going, because we already know that Marcus has Debbie Pelt and Elsie join his pack, or have something to do with his pack, try to join his pack, and then we have him being connected with Sam and Luna, and somehow with Tommy as well. Mm-hmm. So that should be interesting.
I'm telling you, it's going to rock.
It is. It's going to be an amazing season.
And it all leads up. Oh, it leads up to they showed this scene where it looks like Bill is he's chained to something.
Yeah.
And Jessica opens the door and starts to walk out into daylight.
That's right. Oh, I forgot about that. And Hoyt was there yelling no.
Yeah.
Right?
So was Bill.
No, Jessica. No, Jessica. Yeah. And she walks out. I think I think an opportunity was missed to question Deborah Ann Wall about Jessica's storyline, because right now everybody's kind of focused on what's going on with Hoyt. But I think that we've seen her struggling with her desires already. You know, she with the other guy, and she talked to Hoyt about it. We've seen her struggling in her relationship with Hoyt. We saw her go over to Bill and talk to him a little bit about some things, and she's talked to Pam a little bit, and tried not to talk to Suki a little bit. I think we're going to see her in sort of a downward spiral this season. I think she's going to end up somewhere pretty dark or pretty light, which for a vampire is pretty dark.
Yeah.
So that should be an interesting storyline to follow.
I think it's going to be heartbreaking.
I think so.
I think there's some.
For her.
I think there's some tears coming, and some oh my gosh moments, and some nail biting.
Yeah.
It's going to be crazy, kids. It's going to be nuts, and it's going to be fantastic too. So,
yay! I think that's a wrap on Comic-Con 2011.
I think so.
Whew.
As much as we could remember.
Yeah. We'll be posting more things to the website.
Please don't email us and say, you forgot to talk about this. Well, I mean, you could.
Yeah, you can remind us so we can write it up.
Yeah. But
actually, you know, Liz has a report from the panel already, and then there's all kinds of tweets up too. So
yeah. And if you were there at Comic-Con and you had a great experience or something cool happened, hey, email them to us.
Yeah.
If you got some great photos, send those too. If you dressed up, we love.
I saw an Arlene and Terry, and Arlene had a baby, and it was a crazy baby. It like had red eyes, and it was gray and like veins and stuff. Oh my gosh, it was so funny. My camera was full, so I couldn't take a picture of her.
Oh.
But it was crazy.
There were a lot of Sookies running around.
There were.
It was great. It was great. So send them to us. Webmaster@True-Blood.net.
That's right. I think we'll wrap it up here.
Yeah.
And follow us on Twitter @True-Blood.net. And we want to thank you all for joining us, and we will see you next week with, I think, a double episode discussion.
Yep.
So, bye, Kirby's.
Bye-bye.